If you're selling a house and have no idea where to start, by the end of this short video, you will become an expert. Sort of. How do I price my house? There are two key factors in pricing your house. The first is comparable sales. Look at recently sold homes within a mile radius that have the similar build, similar years, similar square footage that sold within 12 months. The closer the match, the easier it is to figure out the right price for your house. Second is the current market competition. Check active listings to identify your competition. If there is a similar house to yours and that's been sitting on the market for 120 days for a certain price, most likely if you follow their example, your house will stay on the market for quite a long time. How long will my house stay on the market? Well, as a realtor, we can't give you any guarantees, and if someone does, they just want your listing. However, there are three key factors: your pricing strategy, the current market condition, and the available inventory. For example, during the height of COVID, every house seemed to be selling in less than a week or two, while today, it's been taking around 45 to 60 days to sell. What prepping should I do before a listing? First, clean. Second, declutter. Third, depersonalize. Remove any excessive items and shove them into either a garage or a dedicated room. The second is to declutter of personal items such as portraits or anything that would remind a buyer that they are a visitor. You're gonna help them envision that this is their home. And being minimalistic is key. If we go under contract, when would it close? For a cash deal, it might take less than 2 weeks. For normal loan closings, it might take 30 to 45 days. What is an earnest money deposit, EMD? An EMD is a deposit that shows the seriousness of the buyers and also it binds the contract. It's usually either 1% of the purchase price or $1,000. If the buyer fulfills all their obligations, that earnest money deposit goes back to them at closing. However, if the buyer fails to perform, the earnest money deposit belongs to the seller. How do I know if the buyer is able to close? Well, you don't. However, there are 4 things you can do to ensure if the buyers are able to close. Number 1, is the buyer pre-approved? Number 2, how long has the buyer been searching for a property? Number 3, how well does the buyer's agent know the buyers? And number 4, ask the buyer's lender many questions about them. Should I hire a realtor to sell my house? Well, I'm a realtor, so of course I'm gonna say yes, but I strongly believe so because a house is one of the largest assets you will own. An experienced realtor will help you navigate through the process, read the contracts with you, market the property, avoid any costly mistakes, and their professional guidance will outweigh the cost. What are the fees associated with closings? Just because you get a $100,000 offer doesn't mean you will net $100,000. So what are these hidden fees? Number 1, title closing cost. Number 2, commissions, prorated property taxes, doc deed stamps, buyer's closing cost contribution, if any. How much is the commission? Well, commission rates vary, and I can't legally just tell you, hey, the commission rate stays here. I would say a simple Google search of commission rate for realtors will show you what the national average is. Should I sell my house vacant or occupied? It is true that vacant homes generally sell faster and sometimes at a higher price. They're easier to show and have less of a distraction than a house full of stuff. Occupied homes, if selling occupied, just make sure you declutter, clean, and have it as minimalistic as possible. Dedicate a single room or a garage as your storage room. What should I do if I have pets? I would generally say take them with you during a showing. However, if that's not the case, designate a room to have the dogs in a cage. If your dogs start barking loudly, just know that the buyers will try to get out of there as soon as possible because it acts like an alarm. If you're interested in the generalized infographics for the entire selling process, comment roadmap to receive a free guide.